eyes on the Supreme Court today as investors brace for a potential ruling on President Trump's tariffs, prompting a major legal question that could shake up global trade policy. The markets already sensitive to inflation, and any shift in trade policy will move stocks, and quickly. That decision comes on the heels of new data showing a double blow to the U.S. economy. Look at these numbers. Fourth quarter, GDP grew just 1.4%. That is well below expectations. The Fed's preferred inflation gauge, which is a PCE, which tracks what consumers pay for goods and services, that shows prices up 2.9%. That is slightly higher than forecasted. NewsNation's Alicia Nieves is live at the New York Stock Exchange. I love that location. Both of us wearing red today. My friend, good morning. How are investors reacting to all of this?
Yeah, investors certainly not happy with this latest economic data that just dropped in the last 30 minutes or so here that shows, some potential concerning signs for the overall U.S. economy. It's why, ahead of the market's opening in 24 minutes or so, we're seeing markets looking to open across the board to the downside. They were hanging at the flat line ahead of this data, and now you got the Dow lower by 0.2%, the NASDAQ almost 0.4%, and the S&P 500 lower by about 0.25% here. Listen, this PCE data, just to give you some context on how important it is and what it's actually showing here, shows, as you pointed out a moment ago, we're seeing 2.9% increase in prices over the last year. That is higher than what we saw in the previous read, which is 2.8%. So it's showing prices heading in the wrong direction, but it also could have some lingering effects in terms of what this means for the Fed when they meet, in March on whether to cut rates or not. Inflation heading in the wrong direction can diminish the odds of a potential rate cut. And then when we look at that GDP number, that is a huge miss here. You're talking about, 50% lower than the expectation, but, 1.4% is also dramatically lower than what we saw in Q3, which was, 4.4%. So, investors more broadly just ahead of the open here, looking to open to the downside, not loving this. What could change things today for good or bad, we'll know potentially at 10 o'clock today when SCOTUS, drops some of their rulings, is what they potentially rule on tariffs here. It's not a guarantee that we get, that tariff ruling today, but if it's going to come, it would be today at 10 o'clock. And basically here with that, if the administration or the SCOTUS, decides that the administration did not have authority through IEEPA, that is the International Emergency Economic Powers Act, and they strike down the tariffs, we could see markets rebound. Remember, those tariffs did a huge bruising to a lot of, margins for companies and certainly a lot of the pricing pressure that consumers paid. So that could, show a rebound. But if they uphold the tariff agenda by the Trump administration through IEEPA, we could see markets, pull back even more dramatically, as this is going to spread some additional fear that the administration has kind of this broad power when it comes to tariffs. And what does that mean for, continued profit margins for companies, but also, more importantly for consumers, the prices that we pay every single day, Hannah?
I'm so glad you mentioned that. You and I talk about numbers a lot. What are some of the goods that could be impacted here if a tariffs decision does come down?
It's broad, here. Remember, these IEEPA tariffs are really in relation to all of those tariffs that are placed on individual companies, individual countries. So you're talking about, furniture, you're talking about computers, are a huge implication here, particularly goods, from countries like China. It's really wide-reaching, everything from grocery food items to consumer goods. So this could be a really significant and consequential ruling that comes down, again, 10 o'clock today, about an hour from now. If the Supreme Court rules on this, this will be major news, not only for Wall Street, but for Main Street and all the pricing pressures that so many of us have endured, Hannah.
Yeah, certainly for our pockets. Alicia Nieves, and we'll keep an eye on it. We're waiting for 10 a.m. She's on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. Again, iconic location in New York City. Alicia, thank you.
Thank you for watching. Subscribe below and download our NewsNation app right now on your phone, and you will get fact-based, unbiased news for all Americans.